Howdy, y'all.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Bros, Brews, and the Basement podcast. Nice. We didn't practice that at all.
Not at all.
Welcome back, though, for our 6th episode?
Something like that.
Right? I think it's 6.
I think so.
We had 2 episode 4s, so I mean...
Yeah, that was just one episode we cut into 2.
Yeah.
Got a little long.
Yeah, it was A and B. Episode 4.5.
Thanks, Omar and Kim, as always.
Yes. But yeah, so this should be episode 6. If you haven't seen or listened to any of our previous podcasts, you can always go back and check those out. Our most recent one, we did the full review and recap of Sinister 5.
Nope.
I mean, sorry, Insidious 5. Not Sinister, but I wish there was 5 of those.
I was like, I definitely did not see that movie.
Yeah. But yeah. What do we got here as we do our beer of the week to open up?
The beer of the week, it's actually a variety pack. It's UFO Beer Company. Nice camera adjustment there.
Yep.
They're based in Boston. I was in ShopRite here in Huntington, and I wanted to get something that I had never heard of. And ShopRite surprisingly has a good beer selection. And I saw this, and I was like, man, what better kind of variety pack to get than, this kind of citrusy pack, especially in the summer, especially now when it's 94 degrees or something like that.
My God, yeah, it's been brutal.
It's really hot. That's really hot for New York. So the variety pack has 4 types. This is a pineapple portal. We have mango, Martian, a strawberry lemonade shandy, and a Florida citrus. So these are, I'm assuming, seasonal releases because they do say limited release. This says mixed pack exclusive. So I'm assuming that means you can only buy it in the variety pack.
Probably.
And this is, I guess, that maybe that's their headliner.
That's their standard. Yeah, I mean, it does say year-round on the can, so I can only assume.
So, definitely I've never had this. I've actually never heard of this beer company until I saw it in the store.
Yeah.
But definitely wanted to check it out. So, which one do you want to try first?
Oof. That's a good question. I mean, the one I'm probably most excited for is the strawberry lemonade shandy.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know, right?
Zoom in. Editing.
Good job, me.
Good job. Unless it's a short, then it's me.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the one I'm definitely looking forward to. I feel like I'm going to hate the pineapple because I just don't like pineapple, really. But you never know.
All right. Well, if you don't like the taste of pineapple, I imagine pineapple is a bad decision.
Yeah. But we'll give it a shot nonetheless. For the sake of, taste testing and beer rating. We don't have our big mugs for this because we figured if we're going to be splitting.
Yeah,
we could have put it in there, but I don't know. It just feels,
I guess.
It feels kind of big and clunky. And
we do want to try them all. And we, being that I drove here, don't need to each be drinking 4 of these.
Yeah. Especially if we get one that we absolutely hate, like I did for the Stone.
Yeah, that's why it's still sitting in the fridge.
Yeah, the double IPA is still sitting there.
So that's also true. So
here we go. Cheers.
Strawberry.
Cheers to you all.
Lemonade shandy. I was expecting more.
In what way? Like more punch to it? Like more flavor?
More flavor.
It tastes juicy to me.
I was honestly expecting it to be more sweet than it is. Yeah, the flavor. I don't know if I taste a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Like I'm not.
Like I get the strawberry at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm having trouble like distinguishing at what point I'm tasting either one of those flavors.
I get the strawberry as an aftertaste. I don't really taste any.
Yeah, like
Doesn't really taste like strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, not really. I mean, it's not terrible, but it doesn't.
My expectations for shandies, however, are highly skewed due to Curious Traveler,
Yes.
which was a lemon shandy. Doesn't exist anymore. But that was our shandy for 2 or 3 years before they ceased to exist. So the expectations for when I drink a shandy are super high because that lemon shandy was so good.
It was. I'll never forget that day. Never forget that day we got hammered, or at least I got really hammered
The night
before
before.
we went to the beer fest and wings.
It was
and
a
everything.
wing fest.
Oh, it was a wing fest, right? And then they had a whole bunch of beers. Oh my God! No, I'll never forget. You guys were parked outside my house, like calling me,
Waiting.
texting me, waiting, and I was not answering, which meant nothing good.
We thought, you were sleeping. We were just going to leave you at some point. And then, we're at this beer fest.
I was
Probably like 3 or 4
hungover as
hours.
Fuck.
Corey didn't start feeling like Corey probably 3 hours into the 4-hour beer
Dude,
fest.
I remember standing online to get in and just being like, this is agonizing. This is literally the worst feeling ever. I'm just baking out in the hot sun right now. I'm nauseous. I'm dehydrated.
We should have went right to the beer.
Probably.
We should have went and got beer right away. That would have made you feel a lot better.
But the wings made me feel better, but it took a while.
Yeah, beer makes you feel better a lot faster.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, except for the time we were sitting in the car waiting for you to come out of your house.
Well, yes, not fun for you.
That was not fun.
Yeah.
Because we were like, is he coming out? We got to go. We got to get there on time.
I can assure you I wasn't having any fun in here either.
The second we saw you, we knew that to be true. But to be fair, we've all had bad nights in this basement.
It's true. Many a bad
Well, they were
night.
good nights, and then they were bad days
Yeah.
the next day.
That's true. We don't want to make it sound like it was all horrible down here. We had amazing
It was
time.
great times. It was just
Yeah.
after you
the
sobered
after
up.
Fact.
It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, not great. Waking up that next morning. Whew. What did I say? What did I do? All right. So, you want to rate this one?
Yeah.
So, I guess I'll go first. So, the strawberry lemonade shandy. Honestly, I think I'll probably give it like a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
A 4?
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay. I thought you were going to say 6.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4. It's not, I don't know, it's just not doing it for me. Maybe it's just the way I'm feeling right now, 'cause, right? But I'm just not feeling it.
I know I'm not feeling it because if I was, I wouldn't have this anymore.
Yeah.
Like I would have finished it already because half a beer,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna give it a 5 though. Like
Maybe
I
a 4 is
said,
too harsh, but
nah, you gave it a 4. It's a 4. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it a 5. The reason I'm gonna give it a 5 is because what I don't like is I feel like there's no taste to it. Like I taste the strawberry after the fact, but it's like this like quick little hint of strawberry, and after that, or even before that, there's like nothing there.
yeah.
So for me, it's just carbonated drink with a little bit of strawberry that happens to be alcoholic.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to shoot the rest of this so I don't have to keep tasting it. And, yeah, I'm going to give it a 5. So, sorry, UFO. We really wanted to like this.
Yeah,
But not for us.
It is what it is, unfortunately.
We have 3 more beers, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, even shooting it made it worse. That was worse. It tasted worse.
That drink is bad.
That drink is bad. That art is bad.
I could be an art critic.
So, this morning, I went to go give blood. Well, not give blood. Get my blood taken because I'm going to the doctor's next week.
Oh, okay.
And,
wellness check.
yeah, physical. Everything's fine. Well, hopefully. We'll find out next week. So, there's a lab in the office park that my doctor's office is in. So they were like, all right, come to this office. They're open 7:30 to 3:30. My work shift starts 7 a.m. So I usually I woke up, I think, 5:45 without an alarm.
Yeah.
Went back to sleep, woke up 7:15ish. Gather my shit. So I go to the lab. And as I'm walking up, there's a woman standing outside the lab. She's just looking at her phone. Oh, my phone's over there. I'll have to get that at some point. So she's just looking at her phone like this. And I'm walking up, and she looks at me and then looks down, and then looks at me and then looks down again. And then I walk over to the door, and I was like, is this locked? Is that why you're not going inside?
Oh,
she was like, yeah, it's locked. And I checked it, and it was locked.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, the lab's supposed to be open already, so this is a bad sign. And I looked at her, and I was like, did you knock? And she was like, no, I didn't. So I knock. No one answers. And I was like, did you call? And she was like, no, I didn't. So it's like this woman walked up and was like, the door's locked, and I'm just going to stand here and look at my
text
phone.
on my phone.
So I'm
What a
sitting,
weird
I'm
thing.
waiting, right? I'm looking at my phone. I'm calling any number that I can find, and everything just says no one's picking up, no one's picking up. Then all of a sudden, another guy walks up the ramp, and then a woman behind him, and he was like, oh, they're not open yet? And I was like, no, the door's locked. He was like, well, they open at 8. I was like, all right, the website says 7:30. He was like, no, it's 8 o'clock. In fact, I think it's this woman right here. So then he looks at the woman. He goes, are you the person we're waiting for? No answer. She just keeps walking up the
stairs.
thing. And he looks at me and he was like, maybe not. And I was like, I don't think so. And then he looks at her again and he was like, do you work here? And she was like, oh, were you talking to me? And like he looks
like, no,
he looks back at me and he makes this like kind of face. And she was like, no, I'm here to get blood. And then I'm here to give blood. I'm sorry. Get your blood drawn.
Yep.
So we're all standing there, and the 3 of them are talking about how they were there on Tuesday. It was supposed to be open, but it was closed or something. I don't remember. And then I look at the door again, and I see a crumpled up piece of paper. And at that point, I put it together that is the piece of paper that says
it's closed.
they are closed.
Yeah.
And someone walked up at 7:30 and saw it and got mad and crumpled it up. And I walked over and opened it, and I was like, yep, they're fucking closed.
Nice.
And the 3 people I with were like, you serious? And I was like, this is what the paper says, and the door's locked, so I don't know.
Some douchebag, right? Some asshole.
So, yeah. So I was only there for like 10 minutes, but that woman was there for 35 that didn't call, knock, or do anything.
I'm sorry.
And
I would
had
not be sitting there wasting
and just
my
had
time.
this crumpled up paper that she didn't look at that was on the door. And I
Dude.
didn't see it at first until the guy at some point said, oh, the only thing that's over there is the crumpled paper. And once he said that, I looked at it and I was like, damn it, that's going to be the closed sign. And I walked over and I opened it, and that's exactly what it was.
Excellent detective skills, Dylan.
Yeah, the good thing is I got to call my doctor's office, and they sent me to a lab in Syosset, which is 15 minutes that away. And they were able to draw my blood. But it was just funny how, excuse me, beer burps. It was just funny how this woman got there at 7:30. The door was locked. She didn't knock. She didn't call. Maybe she didn't see the piece of paper because I didn't at first.
I mean, she was too busy texting on her phone or doing whatever she was doing to notice that there was a piece of paper that might be pertinent to the information.
It was just wild that she was just sitting there waiting. I just wonder if I didn't walk over to that paper and open it, if she would still be there.
She would still be there right now. She'd be like, oh.
The lab closed 5 hours ago, but I'm still waiting outside the door.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what would my time limit be in that scenario? Like, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15.
So I was there.
But I would be actively, like, looking or on my phone looking up things.
The one thing that sucked is the lab opens earlier than all the offices, the doctor's offices. Doctor's offices are 9 o'clock. The lab opens at 7:30. So when you call the lab and no one answers the phone at the lab, you can't call a doctor's office.
Yeah.
Because it just goes to there, I'm sorry, we're closed. If this is an emergency, call 911.
Yep.
So, I don't know. She was just sitting there waiting. I was just thinking to myself, like, you could have just made one phone call.
Yeah. But
one phone call.
Too busy.
And once I made the phone call to the lab and no one picked up, I was like,
something's up.
That's when I was like, they're not opening today. And then clearly they did not. But thankfully we live in a pretty dense area. So there was another lab 15 minutes away. And
yeah, I feel like there's always a lot of stuff generally in the vicinity of each other, you know? So if you can't find one, assuming, there's one not that far.
Yep, went there. I would think I was in the suite for a total of 10 minutes.
Sounds about right.
Signed in, did the
wait is the majority of the time. Yeah.
Right, like I had to sign in. He had to find my orders, ask me if I ate anything, the whole nine, and then verified who I was, did the blood work, urinalysis sample, and that was it. But I got home and I was like, fucking lab was closed. And Kim was like, what do you mean? And I was like, the fucking lab was closed.
Yeah, like you heard me right the first time.
No, it's not even that. It's just like it was supposed to be open. You know what the worst part is the closed sign said, the lab's going to be closed 7:27 and will open tomorrow 7:28. Sincerely, management. Who the fuck is management? You know what happened? The person who was supposed to be running the lab had a bender last night and called out sick, and they had no one to run the lab.
It wasn't me.
Because
it wasn't me.
Because the lab in Syosset, it was one dude. He sat at the desk. He signed in.
Yeah, it's usually pretty scarce for labs.
He asked
right?
the question.
I mean, depending, I guess, on where you go. Right?
There was a gentleman behind me. Did the same thing for him. Asked him same questions. Verified his name. He drew my blood while the other guy gave his urine sample, and then it was vice versa. So
that guy's crushing it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did good. And he got my vein on the first shot.
Nice.
And I never try to do this, but I always do it as a paramedic. I'm always like, oh, yeah. Just be careful. This vein right here is superficial. I don't want you to blow it out. Meanwhile, these are people that literally draw blood hundreds of times a day. So then I apologized. I told him, I was like, listen, I'm a paramedic and I can't turn it off and I'm sorry. And he was like, no, don't worry about it. Like, we're all good. And then afterwards, he did it nice and quick. And I was like, that was solid work, man.
That is funny,
yeah, that was my morning. Long story short, if you're not sure of something, make a fucking phone call. Don't just stand there like an asshole.
In front of the door texting like, I wonder, maybe somebody will show up eventually and,
Right.
My morning consisted of me doing a whole lot of nothing. Me waking up, having some breakfast, coffee, and playing video games. Like, literally just bought Remnant 2 because I saw a bunch of TikTok videos, like talking it up and like showing gameplay, and I was just like, yeah, I think I want this. I just kept going like deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, like watching more videos on TikTok and then YouTubing and everything. And then I was just like, you know what? I could get it for free. I was like, I have a bunch of rewards points on Xbox that I could just cash in and get the
nice.
game for free. So I think, well, it's not free, but I got it for like literally $1.
Taxes.
Yeah, like I paid for a $70 game $1. So
Yeah.
I'm like, great.
I mean, that's free.
Yeah, it's basically free.
You can go and find 4 quarters in the street.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. And have at some point, or $1 or $5 or whatever.
For sure.
But yeah, so like that's pretty much how I spent my morning though, is just going down that and then watching more YouTube videos on the best way to build my character and all that kind of stuff. And then waiting for the plumber to come. We talked about this off camera, but yesterday, I had Kim, Larissa, and Steve from the other channel, and as I was setting up over here, I went into my storage room to make sure that we have an air conditioner down here, but I have to have like a pail behind it to catch the water. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to overflow. And I step in there, and there's water on the floor and everything all over the place because my water heater, the pipe that got replaced probably like 2 years ago, already like broke or something like that, or like corroded, and there was just water like all over the damn place. So I was just like, Jesus, man, nothing can ever just like go smoothly. So yeah, like that, the plumber came today, and it was literally like a 5-minute job basically. If you're minusing like him running out to get his tools in the truck and whatever, he literally changed the pipe in 5 minutes back to copper, and it was just
Oh, leaks.
Yeah, I feel like that's the story lately here.
When me and Kim were just in Florida, and we were at her dad's, and we played Wii bowling. It was me,
yeah.
Kim, her dad, and her sister.
I heard you played a lot of Wii bowling.
Yeah, we did. And we played like 5 or 6 games. And, I won 1 game. I think her dad won 1 game. And her sister, Nicole, I think, won all the other ones.
Nice.
So then they were talking about how there's a sports game for the Switch. So I came home, and, of course, I bought it. Already bowled a 300, and I showed the picture to Kim. I was like, send this to your dad and tell him I'm practicing.
Was it good though? Was the Nintendo sports game good?
Oh yeah, it's a
like a
solid
standard
game to play when, like, if you have a bunch of friends over and you want to just play some whatever game. They have so there's bowling, tennis, golf, volleyball,
Wow.
badminton. Bowling, tennis, golf, volleyball, badminton. There's another sport, I can't remember what it's called, but it's your sword fighting.
Oh, fencing?
No, it's not
It's not
fencing. It's
fencing?
something with a CH.
Huh. Interesting.
Hold on.
I didn't know there was another sword fighting thing like that.
Yeah.
that
Did
had-
I say tennis and badminton?
I'm pretty sure you did, yeah.
Okay. See? Can't remember.
That's cool though.
So I got that, and the next time he's up here, I'm bringing the Switch upstairs.
You getting ready to crush.
Yeah, just domination.
Crushed by the face
Yeah.
of God.
Chambara.
Chambara.
Chambara, and then it says sword play.
I don't think I've ever.
Oh, there's soccer. Soccer's the other one.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that said before. Chambara.
I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly.
I mean, either ways. Like I already said, fencing. That's all I got when it comes to sword fighting.
Yeah, exactly. You would think it's fencing. No, it's not, because obviously fencing. There's different types. I don't remember what they are. I know one's epee. I don't remember the other ones.
Yeah, I'm not that well versed. I'm
Well,
sure.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I bet you Tim would know. Tim would probably know.
That was the end of my knowledge, because I just remember seeing people fence in high school.
Yeah.
And then being surprised that we had a fencing team.
Yeah, Tim was on the fencing team.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you have to ask Tim then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I bought Switch Sports. I'm thinking about getting an Oculus.
I know. I always think about buying one of the VRs.
So I want to get the Oculus for the boxing game. I think it's called The Thrill of the Fight.
Okay. I don't think I've heard of it, but
Mainly because it's a legitimate workout. And I got to start working out somehow.
there you go.
I don't really work out at all. My workout is mowing my lawn.
Yard work's
yard work.
Yard work's good work though.
My workout is basically yard work. And lately, all my off days, it's been 95 degrees. I'm not mowing the lawn when it's that hot. Fuck that.
I feel you on that, dude. Yard work is already like exhausting when you're doing like a lot, all at one time. So doing it in 90-degree weather is basically impossible.
You know what? The most, the work that makes you work the most, shoveling snow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually
So-
really like doing that for my
Yeah.
workout. Yeah.
Whenever, like, people with severe cardiac issues are told don't shovel snow.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
I can't tell you how many people I've taken to the hospital having a heart attack
because they
were shoveling snow.
Well, yeah, that's like, especially now with, my parents, my dad specifically, right, being the way he is with all his heart issues and stuff. I'm like, you're not going outside at all unless it's to turn on the car after
Right.
I've shoveled and
Right.
salted like the driveway and the walkway.
Time to invest in that remote start then.
Yeah, he's got to be out there. He used to have a remote start, but the PT Cruiser is so fucking old and beat up that it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna put a remote start in my car, but yeah, shoveling snow it's one of the more I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but it requires a lot of work.
It is. It's a stressful workout. It's good cardio and strength at the same time.
The first
Yeah, a little bit of both.
guy that I took to the hospital that was having a heart attack after shoveling snow, he was shoveling snow a block away from the fire department, started having chest pain, walked to the fire department, knocked on the door, came in, sat down, and a big
my God.
sign of someone having a heart attack is like they're nasty. And they're not being nasty because they want to be nasty. They're nasty because they're, one, in pain, two, like, their heart is dying. So he sits down. He's like, I'm having chest pain. I was shoveling snow. And I could tell he'd been through it because he was like, my chest pain's 9 out of 10 and blah, blah, blah. And I looked at him. I was like, because I knew he had cardiac history based on how he was talking to me. I asked him, how many stents do you have? 3 stents. And I was like, oh, this is not good. So I'm getting him hooked up to the monitor. I'm going to do the EKG. All the volley firefighters are around like they're bullshitting as I'm doing the EKG. It comes out, and on the EKG, I just see what we call tombstones, right? Because everyone knows what an EKG looks like, right? It's straight, and then there's a squiggle and a bump, right? It's a bump, squiggle, and a bump.
Yep.
That first segment between the bump and the squiggle, when that's higher than it's supposed to be, that's how you know you're having a cardiac issue. And when it's really high, they look like tombstones. So it came out, and I was like, we got tombstones. And I looked, and I was like, he's having an MI. And everyone was like, let's get rolling.
Oh, man.
And it's so funny because that's a buzzword. Like, I walked into the hospital, and they're like, what do you got? And I held up the EKG. I was like, I got an MI. And a doctor popped up out of his seat. Because
I'll take that.
Usually the nurses will just triage.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, go to room, whatever. The doctors are going to see him. But I was like, I got an MI. Doctor popped up, comes around. He looks at all 3 EKGs. He was like, all right, we're going to do one more. And they did one more. And they were like, let's get him to the cath lab, which is that's when they make the incision in your leg and they go up to your heart to remove the clot.
It's pretty intense.
But it was a combination of funny, because when I told him he was having a heart attack, he's like, I know. Like, it was a combination of him being frustrated, him also being relieved that he knew what was going on, and him being annoyed that he had to go to the hospital all at once.
Which all equates to slight funniness.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah. Oh, man. So we We hauled him to the hospital. That's like 10 years ago, thinking about it. Maybe
Jeez.
9.
So bottom line of the story is,
Yeah, that was wild tangent.
Get the Oculus. Save yourself.
I want to get the Oculus because I want to do the thrill of the fight, which is boxing. And boxing, even if you're shadow boxing in VR, is a big workout. And they're coming out with a new Oculus at the end of this year, I imagine, for...
Yeah, I was going to say, what are they even on now? Like 4?
I think they're going to 3.
3? Okay.
Because the one I want to get is the Oculus Quest 2.
Okay.
The new one that's coming out for this holiday season. I think it's starting September, October. That's going to be $500.
Yeah, the VRs are always expensive.
It's a little rich for my blood.
Yeah,
the
like
2.
It's as expensive as the consoles.
The 2 is $300.
Okay.
And I'm mainly getting it for the boxing game, which is only $10. So
I'm sure you'll dabble and
gonna
fuck around with it in other aspects,
will,
though.
but I want to get it mainly for the boxing, and if I ever fence in my backyard, I can box in the backyard.
I always wanted to, was it they have where you could sit courtside and watch like a basketball game? I always was kind of curious what that would be like.
It's strange. Apparently they're doing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like VR game.
Really? I can't even imagine what that would be like.
I don't know.
How would that work?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
boxing is easy. You hold the things.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
know.
But like jiu-jitsu is that's so involved.
Right, like it's a full body thing.
Yeah.
Like you need things for legs, arms, elbows, knees.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
Interesting though.
it's not like jiu-jitsu is just hands and feet. Like it's a full body thing.
Yeah. If I was gonna get a VR thing, I would probably do just like the one for PlayStation, which is like VR2 probably now, I think, for the PS5. Never really messed with it. I think the only time I ever even did any kind of VR was back when like it first came out, and Brian brought it over when we were still living at 6 Davis Street for the phones back then. For one of the Galaxies, probably.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
Nice. That's cool.
Should we?
Yeah, let's crack open
another?
Yeah, let's do another one.
All right.
We planned on doing these sporadically throughout the episode.
I think we'll do the Mango Martian.
All right.
I'm a little skeptical of
This
this.
is the other limited one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I wanted to do it. Just because mango isn't my favorite. Oops, I'm spilling.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do like mango, but there's an ongoing joke that I hate mango because whenever we used to hand out the like the Trulies and all like the mixed ones,
Yeah.
I was getting like mango every time. It was like, oh, what do we got left? Mango? You want mango? You're gonna have 6 mangoes in a row. Meanwhile, everybody else had like a different drink, but you. And I'm like, I fucking hate mango now. I fucking hate it. But I don't hate mango. I just hate when I have to drink it like 8 times in a row.
Pungent.
I could smell it as soon as like I poured it.
Oh, we know you could smell it.
It always comes back to me and my nose. We were talking about that last night, like in depth.
Let's see.
Well, I definitely taste the mango. That's for damn sure. This is better than the other one. At least for
Tastes
me.
different than I was expecting.
Yeah.
This one's better.
Yeah, it's definitely better. There's no doubt.
Mango Martian?
Yeah, Mango Martian. 4.8% alcohol.
What was the Shandy?
So the other
Alcohol
one was
percentage.
5.
Okay.
5%.
These are probably all 5.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because I mean, maybe it's just like the mango,
This
the
is
power of the
4.8.
mango, but I feel like this one has like more of a beery taste to it, at least off the initial couple of sips.
Yes, the taste is definitely more powerful.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely, like I said, better than the other. Would you like to go first this time on rating, or?
I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
Okay.
It is better. However, not my favorite. I don't know if I don't like mango, but I feel like it smells a lot better than it tastes. I was expecting it to taste like it smells, and I don't think it does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's not exactly spot on. So, I think I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
So it is better than the other one, but it's not like amazing. It's aight.
It's aight.
It's aight. I don't know where that leaves me for a pineapple, because I don't know.
Well, if you don't like pineapples, you're
Yeah.
probably not going to like this.
Yeah, probably not.
I would imagine.
Oh boy. Yeah, and then we'll save hopefully the best for last. I can only
Yeah.
assume, since it's a year-round one, but
I mean, we could do the pineapple now. Oh, you got to finish the mango first. Wafting. Are we ever going to get another Austin Powers?
I highly doubt it. Maybe.
When was the last one? 2005?
Probably.
How many are there? 3?
I believe there's 3. If I'm not mistaken.
Those are great movies.
They were.
I'm thinking about seeing the... So I want to see Oppenheimer. However, I heard it's really long, so maybe not in theaters. Probably at home. But the new Exorcist, since we were talking about the exorcism of Emily Rose on the last one.
Oh, yeah.
The new Exorcist looks fucking wild. Did you see the trailer?
No, actually, I don't think I watched the trailer. I think I saw like a still from it, but I didn't actually see the trailer yet. Does it look scary?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna check that out. I think that'll be cool.
I'm interested in watching it. I haven't. I'm trying to remember how many Exorcist movies I've even seen. I feel like only 2 of them.
I don't know,
but I can't really say.
I don't know how many I've seen. I'm new, like I said. I'm new to the scary movie genre over the last decade, so But I also enjoyed seeing Insidious and then coming back and talking about it. So
yes, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I was thinking about like, man, that would be cool if we did it with The Exorcist.
I'd be down for that, for sure.
I don't know when it comes out. We'll have to look.
I can only assume probably not till at least another 2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
Maybe October-ish. I don't know.
Let's see. I think Omar sent me the trailer on Instagram. Was like, hell no.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what Omar would say.
2 hours, 1 minute. 2 months, September 22nd. Oh, no, wait, no, that's an old movie. Never mind.
Whoopsie. Wrong one.
Oh, you know why? Because it says The Exorcist Believer 2023, and then underneath it, it says September 22nd, 2000. So, something's wrong.
Kim sent me like a horror movie the other day. And I asked her, I was like, "You gonna stay out of retirement now?"
October 13th.
October 13th.
In time for Halloween.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would be at least like September, October. I wish I could remember what movie Kim sent me now. Hang on. I have to, there's multiple accounts. I have to see. Which one? It was not that one. It was not that one. Maybe it was that one. Or maybe it was on Instagram.
Yeah, I think we should do that. We should
Yeah.
see scary movies.
I'm always down to see scary movies. Yeah, I can't find it. Maybe it was not on there. Maybe it was on Instagram. But nonetheless, she was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to come out of retirement, though." So I'm like, why not? What's the problem?
We'll just have to watch them in theaters so she doesn't bring that energy into our house.
That's what it is, you know? That's the key.
All right, what do you think? We do the pineapple?
Yeah, I would say let's do the pineapple next, and then we save, hopefully, the best for last. We'll rate this beer, and then we'll talk a little bit about SummerSlam.
Well, actually, before we get there, while we're rating this beer, Long Island serial killer.
Oh, right. I forgot we did want to talk about that.
The Long Island serial killer supposedly has been captured. He's a big fucking dude.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know how tall that motherfucker is, but he looks like a fucking ogre, man. Not like ugly. That's not what I meant. I meant just like tall and big. He's got a wide face.
He's kind of look Shrekish.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's kind of Shrekish. A little bit.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name again? Like Rex
Huberman?
Huberman or something?
I think it's Huberman.
Huberman?
Man, I remember when they first found those bodies. I don't remember how they found them, but I just remember thinking, escorts that were killed and left on the side of a road by a beach that no one really goes to.
Yeah.
Or maybe people do go to. I don't know, but maybe not in that area.
Yeah.
I was like, they're never going to find this guy, and if they do find him, he's going to be dead, and if he's not dead, he's going to be in jail. I did not expect them to find a guy that was a CEO of a company in Manhattan.
I mean,
lived basically 30 minutes from here.
Right.
Had a wife and children.
Yeah, and lives in the same town as one of our good friends.
He looks unwell in the pictures.
Yeah, he does. I mean, and maybe it's just because of the mugshot or like the pictures they used. But he just looks kind of like a creepy, skeevy kind of guy.
Creepy.
Yeah.
He looks creepy.
So it's like
they showed his picture and I was like, that's a weird dude.
Yeah.
That is a weird dude. And in a case like this, where they have multiple agencies working it, right? Suffolk, Nassau, the state. I don't know if federally anything's being done.
Yeah,
but it's
I was
definitely
just
Suffolk County,
like,
Nassau
if it's
County,
a serial killer case, right? Like
and
maybe?
the state. If you go to the point of arresting someone, you have to be right.
Yeah.
You have to have enough shit on the guy to be right. Because if you're wrong...
And it took 10 years.
Right.
For them to get the matching DNA from a slice of pizza
right.
crust.
And based on what they've been reporting, if what has been reported is right, they got the right guy. Right? He used to drive a car that someone said that they sold it. I think he sold it to somebody and it was down in like the Carolinas or something. He had burner phones that he used to contact the family members of the victims, either to talk to them or harass them. I don't know. I don't remember. They showed an excavator digging in his backyard yesterday or 2 days ago. And there was a forensic photographer taking pictures, and then a guy took out a tape measure, and they measured how deep the hole was while the photographer was taking pictures. So I'm assuming they found shit in his backyard. Everybody that's profiling him says he's the type to have trophies in his house. And like I said, they got the DNA supposedly.
Yeah, from the pizza crust.
So it sounds like they're going to nail this guy to the wall. Now, my question is, New York State, there's no death penalty. But if it's federally, there is a death penalty, and they will kill him. But I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
I'd rather not have my taxes pay for him to have a place to sleep and 3 meals a day, personally. If he, in fact, is this person, then they should put him to death. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and he got linked to, what, 4 of the murders so far?
So 3 he's charged.
Uh-huh.
And 1, I still think he's a suspect. I don't think they were able to charge him with that one yet.
Okay.
But I think there were more bodies than 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. I mean, I thought it was like upward of even like 10.
I thought it was 10.
Yeah. So the fact that they only have that many that they can, associate him with is insane. I thought this guy
remains of 11 people. It was remains of 11 people, and they're charging him for 3.
That's crazy, dude.
And also, a few days after he was arrested, they were saying they were looking in other states. I don't know if anything ever came of that or why they were doing that. But imagine if he's a multi-state serial killer. Holy shit. They have to put him to death. Because there was an analyst.
Well, then there's no doubt.
There was an analyst in Vegas who said, in Vegas they got a lot of desert, just like miles of desert where you could just dump somebody and no one will find it unless you're looking for something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, I don't know, man. It's wild. I'm assuming they have enough to nail this guy to the wall, but also, if he's a CEO of a company, he probably has some money. And money can muddy up the waters.
Yeah, it sure can.
He's got enough money to buy some high-profile defense attorneys that are good at mucking shit up.
Dragging it out.
They got to get him.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It seemed like they were never going to get this guy. It seemed like it was just going to be cold forever.
Yeah.
But, just goes to show you, right?
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Nobody gets away with it forever, apparently.
Sorry about the tangent. Pineapple. Very similar to the strawberry lemonade shandy, where I don't really taste that much.
Yeah, I don't really taste pineapple.
It's just like...
Maybe
it's the same taste as the strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, like maybe like the ever so slightest hint of...
Yeah, for like a second.
Yeah. It's not really that good, though. It's not that great.
No. It's disappointing. It is disappointing. I came into this with such high hopes.
Yeah, I know, right? Because it just seems so interesting, especially like the artwork and everything. The names.
It's a nice citrus pack, and I feel like we're not getting like the fresh taste of what it's supposed to be. Like, I don't taste the pineapple. I don't taste the mango or the strawberry lemonade. I just don't.
Yeah. I'm going to go, I think if I'm going to rate this one, I'm going to go 4.5.
I'm going to give it a 5.
It's very average.
Yeah.
Or less than.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
So let's throw in some SummerSlam action.
W.
E. SummerSlam 2023.
Bloodline.
Yes.
The bloodline is broken.
I don't know if this is the full card officially, but it says as of right now there's 7 matches for SummerSlam.
Interesting, considering it's going to be like 9 hours.
Yeah, I think it's, what is it, August 4th or something like that? August 5th, which is a Saturday.
Oh, I might be able to watch it.
Yeah, so I'll start off at the bottom and work my way up here to what, so we're going from 7 to 1, right?
Okay.
So the number 7 listed match is Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler.
So I heard Ronda is going away, and is this going to be her last match?
Supposedly, that's what I had heard too. I heard a lot of people saying good things about their rivalry because it's like
Well, they
two people that are real fighters getting to showcase how they can actually be. You know what I mean?
They were a tag team, right? And
Yeah.
then Shayna turned on Ronda.
Yeah, they were the champs.
And basically, they were the champs, right? And she turned on her at the last pay-per-view.
Yep.
And then I think she cut a promo where it was the promo, the gist of it, I think, was like, I was here and put in the work, and you just came in and shot straight to the top kind of thing.
Basically.
Which is good. I actually used to, for a little bit, Shayna was doing on her YouTube channel, like she would demonstrate like techniques, MMA techniques, like right after Poirier beat McGregor.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about the calf kicks because he kicked his leg to oblivion. She put out a video on how to defend calf kicks, and I was interested. Doesn't really seem like there's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But that should be a good match. I hope they get some time, right? That shouldn't be like a 7-minute match. They should get like 12 to 14 minutes to tell a good story.
I don't know if they will, but
I mean, if there's 7 matches for SummerSlam, they'll
like
get that time.
probably like a 10-minute match, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, 10's all right. I wish they would get more. Because if your tag team champs turn on each other, to me, I would hope this would carry over multiple pay-per-views. But from what I've read, it sounds like Ronda's out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it will. Might just be a one and done.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win, but
I think if Ronda's leaving, you have Shayna win.
yeah.
Have to have Shayna win.
I would hope so, but who knows? She's the heel that turned on her, so maybe not.
It's true, but WWE, when you're the one that's leaving, you do the job, right? You take the L.
You take the L, and you leave. So the next match is Gunther, who is the Intercontinental Champion, versus Drew McIntyre for the title.
I think you have Drew win.
Yeah, like
right?
do you finally
Is that his Grand
dethrone-
Slam? I think that might be his Grand Slam, honestly.
Maybe.
But
I'm not sure. He might have been the Intercontinental Champ like back in the day.
Maybe, but I think you have Drew win.
I would. Yeah, I mean, I like Gunther, but I think it's time.
So the question is, if you have Drew win, does that move Gunther up to the main event picture, or if Drew wins, where does Gunther go?
That's a good question. I mean, at that point, do you start pushing him as a main event caliber guy? Do you start putting him in matches with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor and the top guys on Raw?
It's interesting because Gunther's like, they have him wrestle as the big guy, right? The big, strong guy. And then those two guys you named are like, I don't know if finesse is the right word, but they're, I would say, agile.
Yeah.
Right? Because Gunther's the powerful guy.
Yeah, he'll just beat the shit out of you.
Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, they have a lot of agility amongst strength, I'm sure. So if you have Drew win, which I would love, because didn't he just come back from injury recently?
Drew McIntyre? I think so.
Like the last handful of months?
He hasn't been around from what I've seen. I mean, I haven't watched, consistently, but I haven't seen him.
So if you have him win, which I think he should, then I think you got to give Gunther a step up in his competition.
Absolutely. That seems just like the next logical step.
Right.
Yeah, especially based on the way they've built him as the IC champ so far. Right? It just seems like that's where he's headed. So the next one you got Logan Paul versus Ricochet.
Should be a really good match.
Two super athletic guys who will probably put on a blockbuster show.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I think Ricochet is on the shorter side.
He is.
And I think Logan Paul's like 6'2" or some shit like that. Like, he's not a small guy by any means. Let's see. How Logan Paul. So I think that's going to steal the show.
It very well could.
If they do it right.
Two of arguably the
He's
most
6'2".
athletic people in WWE, if not in wrestling.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah?
6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'2".
Jesus. I don't know who you have win that one. I feel like...
Ricochet.
I mean, I would hope Ricochet, but I feel like they would throw Logan Paul a bone and be like, all right, here you go.
So
Since
if he
lost
wins
at
here...
Mania, came back from injury and all that.
If he wins here... When does he return, right? Because he only does a handful of dates. So does he return...
Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble.
Do they still do King of the Ring?
I don't know.
Okay, so maybe Survivor Series. Because if I have no problem with Logan Paul winning if they do it again, and when they do it again, Ricochet wins. Like, if Logan Paul wins, he can't win clean.
Yeah.
He's got to cheat.
Absolutely. I feel like you have to.
Right? So if Logan Paul wins, he doesn't win clean. And then, maybe they do it again in a cage.
That would be fun. Or a ladder match or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you just had Money in the Bank, so maybe not. But that would be cool. I'd like to see Ricochet win.
If Logan Paul wins, it can't be clean. Ricochet can win clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says the next match would be Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman and Solo versus Jey Uso. Tribal combat for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and recognition as Tribal Chief. It's a very, this is a very gimmicky match, huh?
I think Roman wins.
Yeah, I know they had a big thing on SmackDown, a big skit regarding this. I didn't watch it, though, so I can't really give my input too much on it, but I don't really know what the match will consist of.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just think, if Jay wins, what does that do for Roman, right?
Nothing.
Like, to me,
Nothing good.
To me, you've built Roman to be this machine for 3-4 years, however long it's been. He's got to lose to someone else who's a machine, like the way they build Gunther.
Yeah. I mean, that would be cool.
I don't know if Gunther's the guy, and I wouldn't mind if Jay won. I would be happy.
I like Jay. I think there's a lot of people out there that like Jey Uso.
I don't see it.
Yeah. I guess the real question is, do you believe they're going to continue the destruction of the bloodline or not, right?
Well, how do you continue it? With Roman winning?
I guess.
Because if Jay
and then
wins,
somebody else steps in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure. When do they have their next draft? Because I feel like
they just had it not that long ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Because I feel like whenever this story concludes, you got to have the Usos on one show and Roman on the other. So they can separate
but still be.
and then at whatever point you want to bring them back together to be the family again, because they will do that, it'll make sense.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
who do you think wins?
I mean, I would like to see Jay, but I want to just say Roman.
I think Roman wins as well.
Yeah. Because it just seems hard to bet against. Next, you got Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair.
Is that a title match?
Triple threat for the women's championship.
Who's the champion?
Asuka.
I hate to say it, but Charlotte wins.
I know, I was thinking that too. Whenever she comes back, right, she always wins.
She
and
wins.
Asuka just won the title, not that long ago.
I know.
Backlash, right, or whatever the pay-per-view. No, maybe not even right after. Maybe she was gone for a bit, but she hasn't had it that long, nonetheless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel like Charlotte Flair wins. It should probably be a great match, though.
I think Charlotte's going to win, but I would love for Asuka to retain.
I feel like Asuka probably hits like the poison mist on Bianca, and then Charlotte Flair hits her finisher, and that's how that goes down.
Yeah.
Right? Like that sounds like a finish that
It's a little depressing.
Yeah. Moving on. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
That sounds delightful.
Yes.
A lot of sling blades in that match.
And double foot stomps.
Exactly.
Bodies flying everywhere.
Man.
I mean, I feel like Seth Rollins, but
I don't know
Finn
because
Balor
I'm not tied into their feud. So Finn Balor's not rolling with anybody now, right?
Isn't he? I thought he was still with the.
Is he with
the Judgment
Damian
Day.
Priest and
Yeah.
Rhea and
Yep.
younger Mysterio? What's his name? Dominic?
Dom. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tough
I think
one.
Seth wins.
Yeah. I feel
It's
like,
going to be a great match.
Yeah.
Regardless. That'll be a match where it's so good that even whoever gets pinned still is going to win. That is how I look at that match, right? It's how I look at the TLC match from WrestleMania 17. Christian and Edge won the match, but everybody won,
Oh yeah.
right? Like, they all got made from that match.
They sure
From
did.
that series of matches, but they capped it off very well. So I think that match has the caliber to be that good.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. I think it will be a fantastic match. I wonder if we get a attempted Damian Priest cash in of the Money in the Bank and a failed attempt. So it's like a double fucking failure for the Judgment Day in one pay-per-view.
It would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, or what if he cashes in on Finn?
I thought of that too. I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, that would be something, right? Like right after the match, just cashes in and beats him after he's the new champ for like 10 seconds.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
And then they kick him out. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I want to give it to Seth though.
I think Seth wins too.
Which brings us to the last match that is listed currently. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
I mean, Brock's gonna win.
Think he's gonna tap him out, or is he just gonna pass out from
He's
the
gonna
pain
pass
again?
out from the
a
Kimura? Oh God.
2.0.
No, it already happened once. They're not gonna end the match that way.
But you
because
think
it's a bad match.
But you do think Brock will win?
I think Brock will win.
Oof, that's a tough one. I don't
See,
know. Right now, it's 1-1, right? I believe.
Yeah, I feel like the only way in like old WWF when someone couldn't beat somebody, or that was the perceived thought, right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, there's no way he would beat them. something crazy always happened. Like, oh, he fucking handcuffed him to the ropes, or
Yeah, something absolutely ridiculous.
somehow Rey Mysterio made Kevin Nash fall over while trying to powerbomb him, even though Rey Mysterio's 5'6". Didn't have a mask on at that time either. I used to have that on VHS. I don't know. You really didn't like that beer, huh?
Nope.
All right, so on this one, I'll pour the half in my cup, and you can drink from the can.
Fair.
Yeah, I think Brock wins.
Okay. I want to go Cody for this one. I feel like
My
Codester?
heart says Cody. My brain says Brock.
It's hard to bet against Brock. I mean, let's be honest. I don't know, man. It could go either way. It really could.
Yeah. It's going to be wild. Real quick, this is going to come out after this event, so it doesn't matter. But this weekend, Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje are fighting in the main event of the UFC pay-per-view.
Nice.
And that is going to be, as JR says, a slobber knocker. Because they fought in 2018, and it was the fight of the year then, and they're fighting again. I'm very excited. This will be a fight that I actually stay up to watch, because usually I go to bed because I have to wake up at 5:45 on Sundays. But I am staying up for this one, hopefully. Hopefully.
Nice.
I am trying to. Whether it happens or not,
It will be
we'll
a
see.
totally different story.
But I will be using streaming that is not ESPN Plus to watch the pay-per-view because I'm not paying $80.
There you go. That makes sense.
All right. We'll do this last beer of the week and probably call it a day unless you had anything else.
No, that's all I got. I was going to say, we pretty much hit on the things that we wanted to talk about and then some.
Yep. So, conclusions to make from this. Always make phone calls. Don't shovel snow if you have stents.
Yeah.
Buy the Oculus or you'll get stents. And don't be a serial killer.
Yep.
If any of you were thinking of.
Yeah, hopefully we've swayed your decision-making process there.
Serial killing is not cool.
It's sort of, frowned upon. Just a little. Brewed with real Florida oranges is what it says. I don't know about that, but we'll see.
I mean, it's a little tangy, but it's still, the main taste is still the same taste that was in the pineapple and that was in the strawberry lemonade. It's the same taste with a hint of orange. So again, 5.5, whatever. That's what I'm going to give it. I mean, man, what a depressing run.
What do you expect? They're aliens, bro. It's from the UFOs. They didn't get it right. They didn't probe the right humans.
I was so pumped to try this shit.
Yeah, I was pretty excited too, and then
it was just like
disappointment. It's like Christmas, and you get a sweater,
right?
Although nowadays,
there was one time. Thankfully, my parents don't watch this, so I could tell this story. So I was really young, and my parents got me and my sister guitars.
Whoa.
But they wrapped them, and it was from them, and my dad went to go open up the presents, but he said, all right, go open your guitars. And I was young enough where I was like, I don't want the fucking thing anymore. Like, you ruined it. You ruined the surprise. I don't want it. Like, I don't know how old I was. I think I was like 6. But, like, I was just like, Christmas is ruined. Because he ruined one gift
oh my
of
God.
the fucking, like, however many they got me.
Yeah, like, it's really not that big a deal.
Oh, my God.
But young you.
young me was just like, you ruined it.
I don't even want a guitar anymore, okay? It's not even cool.
I'm not going to learn now. And now here I am, basically almost 30 years later being like, man, I wish I could play the guitar.
See? Man. That shit's
6-year-old me should have gotten over it. Yeah, 5.5, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
All right, so we'll go with 5.
I'm gonna go with
A
5.
little disappointing. UFO. Maybe you make other stuff that I'll enjoy, but
this one,
this is not it. I'm very sorry.
this doesn't do it.
However, good job getting your shit sold in Fenway.
True.
That's pretty sick. So, I really don't want to finish this, and
Yeah.
anything else, Corey?
That's all I got. My final thoughts. That's all. That's it. It's all but over. Not a great beer. Hopefully you enjoyed this great episode. You can follow us on our socials. They'll all be in the description, as well as follow us on all listening platforms like Spotify, Spotify for podcasters. All that stuff will be in the description as well. Yeah, YouTube.
Wherever,
We're pretty much
whenever,
Yeah.
however.
Yeah, anywhere you could listen, we're available. So, all right, guys,
Cheers.
that concludes episode 6. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Later, y'all. Bye, y'all.